Hello there and welcome to part 5 of Import Tutor Challenge, and in today's part we're going to be kicking off the Daybreak section, the third and last different time of day for the courses here. And of course, because our Fair Lady Zed is still the better of the two cars, you may remember if you watched part 4 that we did buy the Hawkeye Impreza, which is a car we'll be using later on. That car is still going to need some bit of work, and right now we're not really making enough money to really put a whole lot of investment into it. So for now, this is still the better car to go for. But before I start this part off, I'm going to be doing two things to this car that is going to be necessary for, in this case, the wanderers of this section. The first is going to be the rear spoiler, in which I'm actually just going to take it off. We're not going to have any rear spoiler at all for this. As well, if we go into the exterior here, we want to go into neon lights. We'll just go all. It doesn't matter if we use neon or LEDs, but I'm just going to go neon because LED, if I can show you real quick, LEDs, excuse me, if I can menu correctly, there we go. LEDs looks a bit silly, honestly. So I'm not going to go with that. So we're going to use neons here. Now, unfortunately, you don't particularly get too many options. You just get a choice of colors, and then you can choose the speed, like it's just in terms of how fast it like fades out, I believe, like that, and then adjust the fade time. I think it just means how long the fade goes for. Let me see. No, that looks worse actually. Now, I'm not going to go all the way to the end, because then it'll just look like it's like blinking. It's like completely turning off and on. So yeah, we'll just go with that. It's fine. Doesn't really matter. But these are two things we're going to need. One of the wanderers for the neon, that's not going to be till later, but we do need it for this particular thing. And then the other one for the spoiler will be right away. But for now, let's go right into the Daybreak and choose to go on to the inside once again. Okay, so as you can see, it's definitely quite a bit brighter out. I mean, it's still kind of, night-ish, but this is kind of where the mornings would start to arrive. So it definitely is the brightest of the bunch. So first up we have looks to be a Celsior. That is most definitely a Celsior. Avenging White Knight as part of Cool Energy. And because this car is fairly quick right now, doesn't take long to leave him behind. So he's not really avenging anything if he can't keep up, I'd say. Of course, I guess that really shouldn't be surprising considering the work I have put into this car, so. But that's just more me talking out of my ass than anything else. Let's ease up a bit. There we go. That was pretty good. I don't really need to really worry about pushing this thing, because this car was easily, more than quick enough to take care of that guy, no problem. But once he's completely down, there we go. Only in paltry 83,000 CP, so not a whole lot, but that's okay. We'll get more. Okay, so next up we got yet another returning team from the good old days of the first game, Twister, with Shutoko Showers in a blue RX-8. Yes, RX-8, because, that's a car. That was a car by this point. So instead of just being all RX-7s, we got some RX-8 in here. But yeah, Shutoko Showers, like, the car looks relatively basic. Just with, like, the blue paint and whatnot. That's fine. It's just another case of leaving them far behind. And no, not the Lunatic Calm song. This car is definitely quite a bit quite quick now, and kind of easily gets to around 160 miles an hour. So this definitely has the momentum now to be a pretty good vehicle for a good portion of this. But of course, as someone who's played this game enough to know, well, it's not a car we want to stick to forever. That Impreza that we got will be better for later on. But for now, we're just going to keep using this as we get on to the next driver. So we have yet another cool energy driver here. It is Margin Zero driving a black Nissan Sima. Looks relatively basic except for the wheels and whatnot. The fourth member of the crew, according to the license plate as well. Admittedly, I was trying to do a little bit of a dickish move. Didn't quite work as I would have wanted it to, but whatever. Doesn't matter now, obviously. As we pass by the MMC coffee sign. What exactly does that mean? I wouldn't know. Whether it's an actual coffee thing or just something made for the game, you could tell me. I don't know enough about Japan to know 100%. I would expect it's just a fictionalized thing, but who knows, again. I guess people who are from Japan or know a lot about stuff over there would know. So do we get 100 yet? Yeah, 124,000. So it's taking a little bit to build back up, but we'll get there. Don't worry. As we get to the next guy. All right, so we've got yet another twister member, this time in an RX-7, a yellow one, Shooting Star, number 5 on the team. Ooh, and this one looks like it gets definitely a better launch than his RX-8 teammate. Notably so. But now they're slowing down because, you know, not as willing to kind of go more ballsy here. You know, the AI is always very cautious in this game. Which is good for me, because it just means it makes the races a bit that easier to do. But yeah, this game definitely, it kind of leans towards the easier side for the series. Like, the AI are not overly difficult, especially because you will always outdo them in the corners. You will always be faster than them, because the risks that the player would be willing to take is always going to be greater than that of the AI. But of course, it's not like it's just a walk in the park. Like, you're gonna still need to do a lot of work to your car, especially for the drivers later on. So don't just like take it as like, oh, you don't really need to put much effort into it. It still requires, you know, the finesse and putting the work into your car. It's not just one of those games. Anyways, next driver. And yet another twister member this time. It's Baron Kagutsu in a very decked out orange RX-7. Quite a lot of visuals going on, but he is the only number 6 on the team. Has the more impressive looking RX-7 compared to the last guy, but not as high up on the group ranking, I guess. I say it's a ranking. It's probably not really, but, you know. I'm just pretending it is. It probably is. What am I saying? But yeah, that kit there that had like especially in the front, that really was screaming like Ari and Mimiya vibes. Like, it looks a lot like that Ari and Mimiya body kit design. Of course, most people would probably be thinking about it now because that vehicle was just re-added into Gran Turismo for Gran Turismo Sport. And of course, it looks fantastic as always, as every vehicle in that game does. But, you know, that's a different game, and that's not the game that we're playing. So, 139,000 CP, fair enough. Next. Oh, hey, would you look at this? It's another 3 Fairlady Z on the road. A standard blue one that looks like almost nothing's really been done to it. Of course, that's probably a facade, if anything. This is greatest Papa from the group Family Business. So, number 3 in the team. So if it's Family Business and this guy is driving a Fairlady Z, does that mean we're going to be seeing some other Z33s and Z32s? We'll find out. This guy's at least done quite a bit to the car. It's definitely kind of got that sleeper territory, but not quite on the same pace as mine, obviously, because, you know, all the work I went into putting into my vehicle. But nevertheless, that's irrelevant in this case now, because, well, look at us now. We're well out there. So let's just keep up the momentum and see what we can achieve here. Oh, we are suddenly being interrupted by another member of the Family Business, the number 4, so slightly lower down compared to before. And of course, because this game is fair, it just resets their Dre's Papa's SP as well. But it's Big Mama, so it's like the mother of the group, I guess, and the red Z33. Of course, the unfortunate thing for them is that just because they have one extra member now that I have to face doesn't exactly mean I'm going to go any easier on them. In fact, if anything, it's just going to make me that more urgent to kind of knock them down, because that's going to be more money. Have to beat down 2 of them. And of course, we just passed the parking area, so I'm going to do a quick turn. If there's no more after this, I'll just do a quick turnaround so I can take care of that. Ooh, a little bit of slip out there. It's fine. So that's Big Mama done. Big Mama is done and over with. So now we just got to get Greatest Papa finished up here. Taking a little bit. And there we go. 310,000 because, of course, we faced 2 of them and also because of our win combo. So now what I'm going to do is turn around and go to the parking area. So I'll see you then. Ow. So, of course, coming into the parking, we, of course, get an introduction to the 3rd boss in this first part of the game, Platinum Prince. Obviously, it's the same sort of deal, basically mentioning who we are, who that person is, and about needing to quite be on their level, which we're not quite at yet, but we'll get there, don't worry. But, of course, before we do anything within the PA battle, let's just check out the information. So, hey, look at that. There's stuff about family business. And stuff about cool energy. Again, a lot of this stuff I know people would probably want me to actually kind of stop and really look at it, but I think a lot of the thing is like, it's just kind of stuff that kind of is just meant to be more for like little extra detail. If it's anything notable, it'll highlight it in blue, and if it's anything super notable, it'll highlight it in red. So, but I always like to read these just to make sure I'm not missing anything, in case there's something here. This person mentioned simply about wanderers. When they only come out to see things going their liking. So if you want to resolve them, the trick is to drive the metro under all kinds of conditions. You can pick up other hints that should be hints should be spaced by asking around at parking areas too. See, that's exactly why I did it. This guy pretty much summed it up there. That's pretty much the reason to do so. And in fact, here's one of the wanderers right now, Cutie Hip. Remember why I took the spoiler off? Rear spoilers just get in the way. She doesn't like spoilers, so that's why I took mine off. With her non-spoilerific pink RX-8. Pink RX-8 with a red neon, in fact. Kind of a simplistic design. That's fair enough. Nothing wrong with that. But let's get right into the business and see if she's going to be any sort of challenge or just kind of a walk in the park. I'm expecting the latter. Yep. Didn't take long at all. After that little bit of nitrous boost. So yeah, it's another point-to-point, just a little over 2 miles. So not as long as some of the other ones, but you know, I think I have done some shorter ones, possibly. Anyways, at this rate, it's just nothing more but a simple case of just getting to the finish, because it's mostly going to be straight, some straight line speed here. But of course, there will be some turns and stuff. But of course, I'm expecting throughout the rest of this bit that it's just going to be staying over 100 miles an hour the entire time. As we got 1 mile to go, as the rear end of my vehicle slightly slipped out, but I was able to catch it. Whoops, that was just me being dumb. Doesn't matter, it'll refill because of how this parking area works. There we go. And let's just get this out of the way here. Bam! 440,000 CP. Of course, it's a Wanderer. Wanderers always drop more. But I'm okay with getting back up to at least 2 million. Of course, that's only going to be the start. This doesn't happen when I'm serious. Are you sure about that? I don't think it makes much of a difference, to be honest. Anyway, so here we are in the parking area. We've got, apart from the Wanderer, we got 2 members of a team called Desire. Number 3 called Heretic Canopus in a 180SX, and number 2 called Grieving Estelian in a black S15 Sylvia. So we're going to start with Heretic Campus first. And wow, I can't... That's, the name would have made me think, and the car would have made me think it's a guy, but it could just be a girl for all we know. Unless there's a little more going on. But regardless if there's anything more going on or not, that's not important. What's important is, taking care of this person's SP bar all the way down to 0. And I might as well just use all this now, because again, it'll refill, so it's not like it'll matter that much using it this all in one go. Ooh, kind of brushed that a little bit more than I was hoping for. Could have done that better, but he or she is already way back there, so... And I guess I really shouldn't be saying he or she, but it's like, with a name like Heretic Canopus, you don't really think of a female driving it, but the silhouette depicts it would be a female, but the way it's dressed up, I don't know. Maybe I'm too judgmental, maybe I'm an asshole, I mean, you guys can tell me, but... There's something that just seems a little bit questionable about that. But again, it doesn't really matter. It's a video game of a person who really does not add much at all to the game. 185,000 CP. Do me a favor and don't tell anybody, okay? Maybe there is some suggestions. Could be a transgender for all we know. Anyways, but regardless, we're going to go over to the second driver of Desire, Grieving Astelion. And yep, it's another one of these designs. I'm not gonna say much more. I need to shut up. Alright, so let's see what we got here. So it's another one of these time attack ones. So I'm wondering if the game just alternates between the two. So like if you do one person then it changes the format or not. Or maybe it's just more of a coincidence than anything else. Who really knows? But what I do know is we just gotta take care of this, which is gonna be a walk in the park. Now again, I could have just used it all in one go, but I thought I'd actually wait a bit to just let the remaining bit out here. Oh, well, there we go. I was under 100 because I slightly bonked the wall because I am SMRT. Fine, just don't worry about it. Pretend like it never happened. Okay. I'm doing it again. I don't know why I'm worrying about it, though, because, again, I'm quite a bit a ways ahead, but, I don't know what I'm saying. But regardless, what matters is we got the win and 283,000 CP. Pretty decent for a second in command. And if we take a close look over there, we see a very, very pink vehicle has appeared. It is, of course, the leader of Desire, Beetlejuice of the Night. Why called Beetlejuice of the Night, I'm not 100% sure. The street racer who took down Canopus the Heretic. Oh, it's not Heretic Canopus, it's Canopus the Heretic? Let's start running now. Yeah, I'll run away from you and take that win. Very, very pink. But, of course, it's Desire. The other bit, I think it says Gothic and Lolita at the bottom there. I couldn't read that in what it's that size on the top right there because it's just too small. It also does not sound like there's been a lot done to that 350Z. It doesn't have the same engine sound. Just makes me think it's like one that's very lightly been tuned. Could be for all we know. Okay, I tried to use a bit of a handbrake slide there to make things a little, maybe a little bit easier. I just botched the shit out of that, so that was that was really all for naught. Because, I'm smart at this, clearly. It's fine, just... What am I doing? Why am I pressing X there? I didn't mean to do that. I don't need to be doing that. Just gonna honk my horn in frustration at myself for being stupid. But it's fine. We're fine. See, nothing to worry about. We're well and truly in front. We're about to have this in the bag. And there we go. 316,000. Pretty good. 2.8 million exactly. Very interesting. Remarkable. Having such an elegant race in a long time. Promise continuous race. Sure. but we're done here. Let's see if there's anyone else roaming around. If not, I'm going to be just going to Shibuya Route 3. Oh, yes, we got a whole new field of people. Very good. This is probably what I guess I was originally trying to get at with the 2 sessions thing, so... But, that's fine. Jet Black Trader in a SEMA now. This one at least has got a little bit more going on than the last theme I've faced. Same color, but just a little bit more in terms of visualization. Elegant, though. Very nice and clean. What is... I'm hearing the constant noise of an engine now, suddenly. You're gonna stop game? Hang on. Let me see if this helps. There we go. Yeah, this game has some weird audio glitches every now and then. Just pausing it tends to seem to fix it more often than not. That was really strange, though. Whoop, careful. Yeah, we're fine. No, nothing to worry about. As we continue to drain the remaining life out of Jet Black Trader, depleting their soul until there's nothing left. If I made that sound a little bit darker than it needed to be. There we go, 216,000. Again, a lot of people could say, why don't you just make these parts shorter and just, you know, do it one at a time. Again, I must stress, the win combo is a thing, and if we want to make the most out of it, we want to have these extended sessions, because that way we make more money. Because if we went back and reset, then wouldn't be making as much. So that's pretty much the main reason I've been doing it like this. At least especially now. Anyways, next guy. Appears to be yet another member of Twister. It is a pink RX-7 Sweet Blues. That's not blues, that's pink. So Sweet Pinks it should be. Not Sweet Blues. Of course, I know that's not what it means by blues. Don't worry. Anyways, this RX-7 looks like it's actually got a little bit of momentum going for it. Not a whole lot, though, because now we're starting to like pull away from it. Oh no, I don't like this. Oh wow, that went way better than I thought it was going to. I thought that was going to be like a proper smack at the back with a van, and it was just going to completely kill the momentum. But no, all I did was mostly just brush some speed off. Oh my god. That could have also been bad when the rear end kicked out in the area that I was in. But it's fine. They're fine. They're still back there. There's nothing to worry about. It's going to be all dandy. There we go. 223,000. So because the Route 3 is just up ahead, I am going to take a diversion and get these next people over at Route 2. Actually, no. I'm going to take that back. I'm actually going to... I think the last time I did it, these blue arrows disappeared. So I'm actually going to take care of these next people on the inside. Then you go to Shibuya. I'm trying to remember from last time, I think. At least I think that's what happened. If my memory sucks. I can't remember what happened a few days ago. That's how bad my memory tends to be. Oh, hey, another member of Twister in a blue RX-7. It is Blue Rider. At least this time the blue really is blue. Kind of a big wing on that car. Yeah, it definitely seems like the RX-7 is, you know, one of it's kind of, you can tell it's a that's such a dick move, but I'll take it. But it's kind of like you can kind of tell from the fact that it's out accelerating my Fairly Z that it's one of those cars that's slightly higher up. It's basically the reason I bought that Impreza. It's a vehicle that is kind of slightly higher up. So the idea is, you know, get that, especially for later on, because it'll be very useful. But for now, what we're using is still fine. But 214,000, we're getting close to 3.5 million, boys. It's looking good. Next driver. Oh, we got a Z32. Yep, it is another member of family business. Outside Garter, I believe that says, with a blue one with a big old wang on it. And oh hey, we're just edging it out. In fact, we're just gonna, you know, holy crap, I just noticed we were just doing that little bit of brushing. We're both losing about the same amount of SP at the same time. That's interesting. I didn't think it was gonna be that severe, but I was wrong. Of course, now is gonna be the point where I don't have to worry at all, and then outside Garter is going to be the one worrying because, you know, the SP, it's going to go down. As I just continue to power away. Whoa, tail end, please. Ow. Bonk the wall. That's not what I wanted to do. It's fine. They're still back there. It doesn't really matter. As they're just about done here. Looks like there's not going to be a sudden interruption this time. Nope. 300 to 2,000. Our win combo is 1.7. You get, so you tell me if I should stop. Win combos are good because it's good for money in this game, so these parts are a bit long as a result. And I apologize if you're not into long parts, but trust me, when there's money to be made, I want to make that money. Make that sweet dough. Just like I'm about to make more sweet dough after defeating this next person up here. Okay, so yet is another cool energy driver, the second in command, in a Skyline coupe. So this time a little bit different, but it is Manhattan Dreamer. I guess this person dreams of being in the lights of Manhattan, New York. It's my only guess from a name like that. Looks like there's quite a bit done to that car, because it's, I wasn't just leaving it behind, it was actually kind of getting away from me for a bit, but of course, now I start coming through, and then suddenly it becomes a much different story, as you would know. But yeah, anyways, if you're wondering, like, why I'm saying, like, my memory was, like, about going about in the PA or all that stuff, like, me trying to remember all the stuff about, if the arrows disappeared, if I would to take the Shibuya. It has been a few days since I last recorded a part. You probably have noticed that it's been a few days since I put out a part. I really should get these done more at once, but not quite yet on my own yet. Once I'm on my own and I have my own space, things will definitely change then, because, you know, all the confidence will be there, as well as, you know, just doing my thing. 306,000, 4 million CP, and with that, it's time for the boss, or the leader, excuse me, of Cool Energy in a silver Toyota Aristo. It looks quite nice, actually, that sort of silver. What is the person's name? Incentive Joker. See if they're a Joker, all right. As I use a bit of that nitrous to assure myself to be out in front. But it definitely looks like that Aristo's got some stuff done to it, because it's not. While it is falling back now, probably more because, you know, the AI being more careful than anything. It's definitely got a little bit more going to it. Oh, and it looks like this blue arrow up here is one that I'm gonna have to do a turnaround and come back to doing. But judging by the fact it's an RX-8, I would suspect that's I would suspect that's another member of Twister. So that's easy. That'll be easy to. That's, of course, that's kind of just easy to really guess, because, you know, the all Mazda group, and we did at least have one RX-8 already in Twister. So that's, to have another one would, you know, make sense. Anyways, Incentive Joker is just about done here. Yep. Let it drain, let it drain, let it drain. Why am I saying it like let it snow? I have no idea. 358,000. Nice. And now, for the turnaround. Okay, so here we go. Second Commander Twister. So it looks like we'll probably be facing yet another leader after this. This is Smiles Free in a blue RX-8 here. Looks like this person's at least done quite a bit of work, because that's actually out accelerating me at the start. I could use my nitrous, but I'm gonna hold off on that for a very suspicious reason, I would have to say. I probably don't need to explain what that reason is. But for now, let's just take care of the business and get done with Smiles Free first. Just pass on right by. Whoa! Just hold it together. Hold the car together. It's fine. Just shrug it off. Shrug it off. Ugh, jeez. Sometimes this car just likes to slip out, and it just likes to catch you off guard. It really does. Okay, now let's just completely drain the remaining life of Smiles Free. And there we go, 314,000. So, let's go. Yep, I was right. That time for the leader of Twister now. In a red RX-7 with some yellow neon on it. I was kind of expecting it to be an RX-7 because it looks like that was the more preferred of the two for the team. But it is Blazing Mirage. I think that name's been used before for the Twister leader. I could be wrong. I know, of course, it's definitely not in the case of Tokyo Shin Razor 2. Maybe even 0 in some regards, but Damn, that is a quick RX-7 too. That just like left me back here. I said I wasn't gonna use my nitrous, but I might have to. Just might. Of course, I'm gonna see how I do. Because of course, there's the corners coming up, and you know they're always way more cautious than I am. So, oh, they opened up. Oh, there we go. Slip through. Now it's basically, for at least a little bit, going to be me trying to defend the position until we get to just about here. And then I'll start to, you know, slowly start to gain away. And then I think after this point is where we should be completely within the save zone. Oh, maybe not so much. Again, I have a very suspicious reason for not using my... for nitrous, so that's exactly why I haven't used it. Of course, it probably doesn't also help that the car's been out for a while, so it likely needs to be cooled down to kind of get all of its power back. Of course, what would have helped is if I put some gauges in my car's interior, because then it would have told me the temperatures, but of course I didn't think to do that just yet. But yeah, like I said, if I could at least hold off this car, even if it takes a little while, I'm perfectly fine with doing that. Because again, I still have my suspicions, because this is going to be the third leader I'm going to defeat within the same night. So yeah, now at this point we should be more than fine. Yep, there we go. 408,000 CP, just over 5 million now. And was my suspicion right? Yes, I was. Because now it's time for boss number 3. Yet another RX-7, if you may remember. At least this one's got a little bit more going on with it, though, of course. This is Platinum Prince. With a logo that's, you know, kind of very rotary hinting. Because, you know, you can clearly tell. Alright. Gonna use my remaining nitrous here, as you can see. Oh, damn. Wasn't enough. So yeah, this is gonna be I guess even more of a challenge than Blazing Mirage was, or whatever his name was again. I think it was that. But it's fine. We can still do this. I can still get this guy done. I don't need to go back and everything. See? Again, all because I take the corners. Oh, dickhead. Dickhead. You stay there. There we go. Managed to kind of push my way through a bit, but it worked. I'm now in front. And hopefully now this is when I can start running away with it. Of course, he's probably gonna stick near me for now, but after a little bit I should be able to shake him off. Just takes a bit of it just takes a bit of effort is all. And hey, there's another member of Twister, the pink RX-7 from before. RX-7s everywhere, man. Okay, and I just gotta do here is oh, he's catching. He is catching, all right. Because this is one of the speedier sections, I don't have to worry about letting off as much, except for now, but at least a little bit. Yeah, this is definitely taking a while. It's definitely one of the longer ones because I can't quite get far enough ahead. I think at least until this point. Because that point, if I'm really careful, I can just do it full on, and they usually back off quite a bit. Okay, there we go. We're good now. We're definitely in the safe territories at this point. Just drain that. Come on, come on. Yeah. Whew! 2.1 million because our win combo was double. We actually doubled the amount we could win. It is possible to get 2. It just takes a while, but you can do it. So we actually get 2 million and another million special bonus because it's a boss. So 8.2 million CP. We're doing good with the bank. You're a far better driver than I imagined. I am sorry I insulted you before. It's fine. And it's basically more information about King Speed and being disgusted with all the street racers' their dreams of being the fastest on the metro, though they lack the ability to back up these ambitions. But apparently, I'm different. What it takes to be the next King Speed. If you say so. Keep on driving your own way. Maybe my brother brought us together. I don't know who your brother is. And yeah, with that, that's actually the first part of the game done. Because as you can see, we now have the next section of the game at this point. Which means we'll get our teaser of the next bosses to that we can expect. Including Deep Blue Sniper, and in fact, in the Hawkeye Impreza. You know, the car that we bought. Oh, we got another 350Z here, or Fairlady Z. I keep getting things confused. Silent Cassiopeia. That one I suspect will definitely be quicker than mine. But that shouldn't be surprising to make that assumption. And we got a third car here. Looks to be an R32. It is. Daybreak Garnet. Very red. Honestly, because these three are all together, I'm just expecting these guys are actually together. Oh, hang on. There's a fourth driver here. Skull Bullet in what appears to be the concept version of the Evolution 10. Because the production Evo 10, I believe, wouldn't have been out by the time this game was released. So definitely interesting. And our name, ooh, I like our new BAD name, Ripper Machine. So 72 wins in total. 72-0. We are still undefeated. With a very good record so far, I would have to say. Is it true? Oh, and hey, look, guess who's back? It's Iwasaki. See, went as far from being the entire Metro. Yes, as you can see, we're about to unlock another place. That, of course, being... Oh. I thought it would actually show a thing. The sticker Cutie Hips, that's not spelled correctly. Desire, Silvery Nobleman, that's also not quite correct. Because I didn't face anyone called Silvery Nobleman. That's, I believe, actually supposed to be Platinum Prince. Oh, hey, Engine Level 4 is available. Body Tune Level 3. Tire Level 2. Cool Energy. Twister. Platinum Prince. Nice, a whole bunch of stuff. So let's just take a look at the specs of these cars here. So here's Bloodhound from before. Of course, a pretty quick Aristo making over 400 horsepower. It's pretty good. Still a bit on the heavy side. Midnight Cinderella almost making 400 horsepower in an RX-8. So definitely quite a bit. And then, yeah, oh wow, yeah. Silvery Nobleman, 400 plus, just over 400 horsepower. And weighing a little bit less. So yeah, definitely good cars, but that's not where I want to spend my money right now. Heck, just before I know where I'm mostly probably going to be spending it. Oh yeah, that gives an okay bump to this car. Oh yeah, that's another thing I really haven't done with this vehicle is the body stuff. Again, just because of cost. Again, I'm trying to put more of it at this point now to this car, the Hawkeye Impreza, because this is the one that is going to become my vehicle of choice later on. You know, that's going to cost me a lot of money, but I'm doing it. That have that much power, that's going to be good. Oh, hey, we can put a body tune on this thing as well. Of course, I want more, but how much does this tire cost? Oh, that's a lot. We can at least put level 1 on. That's fine. That's okay. I'm okay with doing that. Actually, did that cost anything? That didn't change my money. Huh, that's weird. Maybe I'm just blind, and I'm not realizing what's plainly in sight. Let's see what I can do visually. I like number 2, or number 1 and number 2 are both pretty nice. I'm gonna go with number 2. I think that's the one I'm digging the most. Side skirts. Again, you can just see how much more it is with this car. It just costs more. But I guess that's not really surprising. I like number 3. Number 3 works. The spoiler, I kind of don't really want to change that, because I love the original spoiler design for the Impreza. Yeah, this works. I could make it carbon. I mean, that'll cost me a bit, but why not, right? I do like those mirrors a little bit more, but I won't quite get those yet, just because of money. I won't change that. Oh yeah, headlight and taillights, I don't really like any of them. It's also still weird having over fender in this game actually reduce a little bit of weight. Like, that's not how that works. That isn't how that works at all. But yet, here it is. We're taking off 2 pounds. Again, that's not, again, it's silly is what it is. We'll go with type 3. And then exterior, don't think the wheels cost anything. Oh, they do. Shit, I can't replace the wheels quite yet. Oh well. But what I will do is I'll put some neons, because I know the neon didn't cost anything. I know that at least. We'll just leave that as is. I'm not even going to really bother changing it. It's fine the way it is. Vinyl graphics I will take care of off screen, admittedly. Of course, this stuff. How much is the gauges stuff? It's probably more than I have. Oh yes, it is. Fuck. It's fine. We put most of the money into putting a pretty damn good engine into this car, so it's fine. It's gonna be all right. But the reason I'm putting the neon is because I mentioned there was a wanderer in the Daybreak section. Of course, you can see so much more has been opened up now. This was the guy in question. Where do they appear? Just on the C1. Because I remember, from memory's sake, even though I'm supposed to have a neon, they don't actually show up until you've actually defeated Platinum Prince. So I'm going to go back and just take care of that real quickly, and then that's going to be the end of the part. And there he is, right there. That's the one I was looking for. So it's Tsukuyomi Breaker and a yellow Evo 9. Kind of orangish too, but kind of more like a mango color, I guess. Looks pretty simple, to be honest. Not a whole lot going on, but, you know. I say that, and then it might just kick my ass. But I don't know about that, because this car's making quite a bit more power. Oh, wait. Maybe it is quite a bit better. Okay. Looks are deceiving. That's fine with me, though, because now it's bye-bye. Yeah, this car is definitely now quicker than my Fairly Z. So at this point, I probably don't need that car anymore. Because now this is the car. This car has at least now has enough put into it that it would kind of just be a detriment to use that Fairly Z by now. So at this point now, we're gonna go forward with I'd say we're gonna go forward with the Impreza. Again, this is probably the car I'm gonna use for most of the rest of the game, honestly, because it's more than good enough. But of course, there might be a vehicle or two I still get. Of course, I'm gonna need to buy certain vehicles for certain wanderers. That really shouldn't come as a surprise, but we'll worry about that when we get to that. And there we go. I at least can now put some gauges on my car, which I'm gonna do. But at least that, for the most part, that's gonna be for the next part, because that's gonna do it for today's part. Definitely quite a bit that I did today. Gotta be completely honest, but I'm okay with that, because some of you guys might straight man breaker. What is it with these stickers not matching up with their names? It doesn't matter. Anyways, but that's gonna do it for today's part. Hope you enjoyed this bit. It's quite a bit we did today. Of course, I'm not quite done with Daybreak just yet, because I still gotta do the family business team, because they're still remaining. And then we'll move on to probably go back to night at that point, because we'll just go night, midnight, Daybreak. You kind of get the idea. But again, that's going to be for the next part, so stay tuned for that. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Check out my Patreon, my Twitch, my Twitter, my Discord, Curious Cat. They're all down below. And oh yeah, I almost forgot. Hit the bell so you can get notified on when new parts of Import Tuner Challenge come out. And a huge shout out both to Monday Bear 21 and Toxic Honey Badger for their amazing support on Patreon. Thank you guys once again, and I will see you on the next one.